In this video, we look at sexual orientation, what it means, how common are things in this domain, etc. Sexual orientation, put very simply, is sexual attraction either to a person of the same gender or to the opposite gender. So that way you have a man being sexually attracted to a woman or vice versa, which is called as heterosexual. Homosexual is sexual attraction towards the same gender, which is a man attracted to a man called gay couples, or a woman attracted to a woman called lesbianism or lesbian couples. If we have a person who is sexually attracted to both men and women, we call it as bisexual. Now, how common are these sexual orientation differences? Large majority, which is about 92 to 95%, are sexually attracted to a person of the opposite sex, which is heterosexual. A small minority, about 3 to 5%, identify themselves as being homosexual or bisexual. I do get a lot of young people who are sometimes confused about their sexual orientation. I get parents bringing their young adult boy or a girl. Parents are quite horrified sometimes, saying, my son has a disease, can you please offer some treatment for it? So, sexual orientation is on a spectrum. When we are young, when we are in the exploratory stage, sexual orientation can shift, it can change. So it is quite common for young people, especially young boys, to say that they have looked at the genitals of another boy or allowed someone to touch them. As they grow, this becomes more clear for them. Now, one needs to understand very clearly that homosexuality is not a disease. It is how the person orients themselves. It is not just about sexual orientation, it is about emotional and also romantic attraction to the person of the same or the opposite gender. And since it's not a disease, psychiatrists worldwide don't consider it as an illness. There is no treatment that is necessary, or there is no treatment that is effective also. There is a small subset of people in psychology, we call it as ego-dystonic homosexuality. By that term, I mean a person who is uncomfortable with their own sexual orientation. There is scope for further assessment and some counseling. There is also a term called asexual. Now, people who identify themselves as asexual are not sexually attracted or aroused either to men or to women. They are extremely comfortable being not sexually aroused or attracted, and again, this is not a disease. So in conclusion, what I would like to say is there is a lot of diversity in our sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is dynamic, it is changeable, especially early on in the exploratory stage, and most definitely homosexuality is not a disease.